Okay, good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Good evening. Okay, so hope everyone are doing good. What did we discuss yesterday? Yes, so yesterday we had a mock interview, right, on the entire overview of the services from day one to till yesterday. So now time has come. So till now, what we did, we went for trailers and all, right? From today onwards, picture start. Yeah. So out of all these services, we have seen so many services. We have learned also so many AWS services overview, right? So out of these services, which is the first service that we should take it and do deep dive? IAM. So I hope that everyone also have your AWS accounts ready. Yes or no? Those who have not, please take your time and then have your AWS account ready. Okay. So in this week itself, we will start, or starting next week itself, we will start doing the practicals. Okay. So let's move on to IAM deep dive. So we know already a little bit about IAM, correct? So let's have a quick shoot out on the IAM, right? What's the full form of IAM? Identity and access management. So can we say that this IAM is used for security purpose? Yes. And basically there are two types of users in IAM. What are those? Yes. I'll write that for you here. So we have root user. So root user has what kind of permissions? Full permissions. What kind of permissions? Full. Whereas IAM user has limited permissions. IAM user has limited permissions. So based on our requirements, so we need to assign the permissions or policies for them, yes or no? So we can also say permissions, we can say permissions, and also you can also say what? Policies. Permissions also you can say, policies also you can say. IAM service is global or regional? IAM is global. Fantastic. And should I tell you one small good news for you? So you have created the AWS account, but somewhere inside you are a little bit scared about the bill, right? But do not worry about that at all, right? So if you follow my instructions, you don't get the bills. But it's a good news for you here is IAM is completely free. IAM is completely free. So AWS will not charge even a single paisa for this IAM service. So because this IAM is just only we are doing some creating users. So AWS will not charge for creating users or any other things in IAM, right? But AWS might charge for some other services, but definitely. But at the moment, IAM is completely free. IAM is free. So can we say with IAM, IAM is used for security purpose? IAM is used for security purpose. And also, can we say that with IAM, can you control the entire AWS resources centrally by giving the permissions? With IAM, you can control entire AWS resources centrally by giving proper permissions. Okay, I have one question in doubt. Okay, so let's see whether you can answer those. So which is a service where we can create virtual machines? EC2, right? So EC2 is a virtual machine. IAM is a service, right? I have one doubt. I have a question for you. With IAM user, can you log into the EC2 instance? With IAM user, can you log into the EC2 instance? What is your answer? Answer is yes. Wrong answer. Answer is what? No. So with IAM user, you cannot log into the EC2 instances. Guys, remember. So accessing is different, logging is different. See here. See here. This is AWS. Okay. Inside this, you have launched one EC2 instance. Okay. Now tell me, in order to access this AWS, how are you logging in? You're logging using IAM user. Yes or no? You're logging with the IAM user. Yes or no? So this is AWS console. Okay. This is AWS console. And you're logging to the AWS console using which one? Either you can log in with IAM user or you can log in with the root user. Anyways, root user is login to the console and IAM user is also to log into the console. But here we have EC2 instance. With this IAM user, can you log into the EC2 instance? That is not possible, yeah? So every EC2 instance have their own username and password. They have their own username and password. So with IAM user, you can access AWS console and you access AWS services. Can you access EC2 service? Service, yes. EC2 is a service. Inside this, you have EC2 instances. You can access EC2 service. You can access S3 service. You can access any of the AWS services. With IAM, you can access AWS services or you can access the console. But can you log into the resource? Remember that. With IAM, you can access the AWS console. Can you log into the AWS resources like EC2 instance, RDS and all? No. So here I'm writing with IAM user, we can access AWS console and services. Okay. Okay. So now screen is not online. Online, can you please confirm? Ooh. Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Yes. Okay. So it's visible. Those. Yeah. Not my internet problem. For you guys, right? So please check. So for everyone, it is working. Please check from your side. Okay. Okay. All right. So you already have a AWS accounts, right? You already have a AWS account. How are you logging to the AWS account? Using email ID and then password? Yes or no? Because that is a root account. So you are logging to with the email ID and then password. Now, let's say, what is your name? Puneet. So Puneet is having a AWS account. Okay. Now I asked Puneet, I want to log into your account. I want to use your account. What will you do? Will you share your email and password to me? Huh? You don't share? Huh? It is trustworthy, then you can share. Huh? So guys, remember, whoever it is, if anyone asks you to share your email and password, do not share it because that is a security breach issue. That is security issue. Okay, so for that reason, because see, I want to access your AWS account. If I want to access your AWS account, will you share your email and password to me? No. So what you need to do? Create a IAM user and password. Yes or no? So you need to create IAM user and password to me, and then you need to share that IAM username and password to me. Then only I can access your account. Yes or no? So do not share your email and password to others. Very, very important. Don't share your email ID and then password to others. So if you want to share your root account, how do you share your root account? Yes, you can share the root account by creating IAM user. Okay. Okay, another question for you. Let's say we are working. Is it recommended to use root account for your daily activities or not? What is your answer? Is it recommended to use root account for your daily work or activities or not? Answer is yes or no. Which account is recommended to use? IAM. So will you log into the root account and then use for your daily activities and work? Definitely no. Because why? Because if you are accessing the root account, if you are logging in the root account, a root account has full permissions. Root account has what? Full permissions. Is it good? Is it good to use the root account for your daily activities? No. Instead of that, what we need to use? IAM user. And okay, that is very good. But now tell me honestly here. Tell me honestly, I'm asking one question. How many of you all have AWS accounts, right? So there are so many people here. You have your email ID and then password saved in the browser. Most of the people have saved your email and password to the browser or not? Because we are lazy people, right? So we might think that we might forget the password. For that reason, and that too, the browser will also ask, whenever you are creating a new password, you'll ask, you want to save? No second thought, just click on save. Guys, you saved your email ID and password to the browser, in the browser. How much time will it take for a hacker to hack that email and password? It will take few seconds for him to hack it. Because you're publicly saving your email ID and password in your browser. So just in case if you're a hacker, if the hacker hacked that email and password, what he'll do in your account? He can launch EC2 instance behalf of you. He can do everything behalf of you. And end of the day, who will get the bill? You get the bill. No, they paid no. Right? So now tell me guys, your account is safe or not safe? You're not safe. Is it good? No. So for that reason, and that too, it's not at all recommended to use the root account for your daily activities. We should use what? IAM user. Now what we need to do is, as you all having your email and password saved in the browser, which is very, very bad, including me, I also have my email and password saved inside the browser. But it's very highly possible that any hacker can hack it and then he can do the practice behalf of you. So we need to stop this or not? So I just wanted to share one funny incident that has happened in my real time. So there was a company that I worked previously, a company called Napa. What's that? Not Papa. Napa. Right? Yeah. NAPA. Yeah. There was very funny incident. I don't reveal that entire story because we don't have that much time. I'll just go to the point. So I was the only one person who was working inside that company on cloud. So that was the first time that I have traveled to on-site, that meaning out of India. So they hired me. They didn't ask me that I need to work on the cloud. They just asked me that what is your experience and on what technology that you have worked. You know, right? I was startingly working in data centers. I told that I was working in the data centers. I was working in virtualization. So all this setup. And he said, good, very good. So come on. So come and go and meet that lady director. And I went to that lady director and then simply she said, you are selected. Are? I said that I didn't had any technical interview. No, she said selected. And that too, you get a double the package. Wow, that's nice. And that too, also she said that please make your passport ready that within 15 days you need to travel to Europe. Uh-huh. The feeling of mine is what? Laddu kavala, naina. Right? This one that laddu this side and another laddu this side. Right? Yeah. So that was my, and just imagine how much happy that I would have been because that was my first travel and I didn't even expected that I'll be traveling on site because we were on the data center side, on the infrastructure side, it's very hard to travel. So within no second thought, I said, okay, and joined, right? And then within, so I travel, yeah. They'll keep at the mudda. Okay. Yeah. So I travel a country called Finland. I was there for many years in Finland. It's a city called Helsinki. What's that? Helsinki. A very nice, wonderful city. Okay. So the funny thing was happened is I didn't know about anything about this. I just they gave me a brief intro about that the company and they asked them to join. I traveled directly to the company, and then first day, my previous students already know. They might know, maybe I don't know, right? Yeah. So the first day, oh, currently you're in Helsinki, Prajwal. Nice, yeah. So I was there in Ruhalati, if you know the place, Ruhalati. Yeah, yeah, nice. All right, so yeah, but the names are very funny. That Helsinki names are. If I start telling it, you will vomit like anything, right? Yeah, fine. So what has happened is I went inside the company and receptionist was there outside, and her name is this. What's that? Juha. Yeah, you said Juha. I also said hi, Miss Juha, and she didn't respond it. Right? And then I said, hello, Juha. Excuse me. Huh? Okay. Then she said, like, who is Juha? Arey, first day, right? First day company here, India, huh? Coming, who? Right, yeah, long flight. So then she said, I'm not Juha. My name is Yuha. What's that? Yuha. So, hey, not, not Uha, okay? That is different, huh? That is our Indian name. Okay, fine. So, you guys are very funny, and me too. Okay, so that was, she said that my name is Yuha, and then that was my first jerk happened in the company. And fortunately, my manager name is this. I immediately was telling, hi, Mr. Juhana. I said, Then what happened? No, Yuhana. Yes, you pronounce it correct, right? Yuhana. Yeah. Yeah. So what happened is, and I met with my another immediate manager. His name is Pekka Pakkanan. Yeah. Your names are very nice. Yes or no, Prajwal? Right? So Pekka Pakkanen. So I met him, and what he did was I said, "Hey, Mr. Riaz, how are you?" And all introduction done. And then he said, "Let me introduce to some people, very big people." Then I went chest up, right, from India. All white girls. Okay. So and then he took me and he introduced with a data center director. It's a very big data center they have, and the director, head of that data center, and he said, "Hey, his name is Kai." Yes, his names are like that. Ki Kai, his name, right? So, not okay. Okay, some other name. Okay. I'm serious, man. His name is his full name is something different, but I know that you don't believe, right? So Pekka, you see, that was my manager, right? And his name is Kai Nissen. Kai. His name is something, right? Yeah. Thank God now you agreed. Okay. So he said, "Hey, Mr. Kai, wait, our Indian friend, Mr. Riaz, meet Mr. Riaz, cloud expert." Huh? Fuse legir be naral, what you know? What you said? I said, cloud expert, Riaz, hold on, we'll talk. And then he keep on me introducing, right? Currently, I'm sitting near to Kalle and Mikko. Yeah, Mikko is also one more manager. Yeah, see, Prajwal knows all the names because he's in Helsinki. Yeah, so he started introducing me to all the big people as a cloud expert. Believe me, I didn't know anything about cloud on that day. I was completely into virtualization, no cloud. So no introduction, nothing. Just imagine you are not in India, somewhere in Finland. If it is India, we'll say Tata bye bye and we'll run. Right. But I was completely in Finland and I cannot even run. Right. So, and I didn't sleep for 3 days. 3 days I didn't sleep. 3 days introduction continuously. Cloud expert, cloud expert. And no one is there in that company as a cloud guy. I'm the only first they have hired me as a cloud guy. Right? And then when I was walking, initially my chest was up. Later, koi dekh lega mujhe. Right? So, and everyone saying, hey, he's an India guy, cloud expert. Right? Yeah, so the feeling was completely different, man. So just be in my situation and think. So, and later what has happened is, and it's done. And I said, hey, Pekka, I want to talk to you. And then he said, yes. And we had a meeting and I openly said to him, I don't know anything about cloud. I said directly to him, you hired me. I came all the way from India to here, and then I don't know anything about the cloud. And he said, I know that. What? You know? Yes, I know that you don't know about the cloud. But I said, how can you introduce me as a cloud expert? That's a big word. Then he said, that has changed my life. He said, Riaz, I know that you don't know about the cloud, but whatever is required for the cloud, you are expert on that, he said. Whatever is required for the cloud, you are expert on that, he said. And also, he said, see, we have a big data center having 30 customers, 30 to 50 customers. And I want all these customers to be migrated to the cloud. That is the goal. And I'm giving you 9 to 10 months to do this project. How much? And believe me, since that day, I started my cloud journey by myself. Just imagine 10 years back. Do we have any YouTubes? Do you have any Udemy's? Do you have any kind of channels and all these things? I literally purchased the books. I literally did everything by myself. I studied entire night. And also, after all these things, he gave me 10 months, but I have migrated all these 30 customers within 2 months. Power of Indian, right? That's the power of India, right? So the thing is, and that too, I have got an excellence award for that company, which has never got in the history in that company, Indian branch, right? So, and also they gave me a good, okay, that also prize money also, right? So guys, why I told all these things story is to inspire you, right? So, and I also told you that I got an award from Narayan Murthy sir also, right? So everything, time, opportunity is the only thing. So once you meet that opportunity, you need to prove yourself, right? Fine. So what has happened? Okay, now game starts. How much money? Amar, Idraja. Okay. Hoo-ha. Right? So yeah. So now what happened is now the game started. So everyone are happy. I'm also happy. On very one fine day, Pekka, my manager, called one day on Saturday. On Sunday, he called. And I thought that he's very much excited. Even he want to congratulate me on Sunday. Then what I did was I left the phone and said, hello. I said, hi, Pekka. How are you? And he said, depend on you. What? Depend on me? Is everything okay? Not okay. Arey, kal tak acha tha in. What happened? Right? No, I said, he said, can you please log into the AWS console? Yeah, okay. Give me a minute. I logged in. And imagine on that day, 100 machines are running for my requirement. And when I saw more than 500 machines are running. How many? 500 machines are running. Then I got angry and I said, Pekka, I told you that you should not give access to anyone. Only you and me have email ID and password. Why did you launch? I said, he said, I didn't launch. Arey? I also didn't launch. Then who launched? Who launched? Hmm. Who launched? Hacker launched. Who did that? Our account got hacked. So immediately what we did was immediately I went and terminated all the machines which is not for us, and it took a lot of time. And for just not only this, there are so many services that he launched, the hacker launched. So you can ask, sir, what is the purpose of hacking and what he will get? Sarda, just like fun, right? So Maza, that's it. So these hackers are like this only, right? So they do just for fun, and then everything that we need to take care of it, right? So finally, what has happened was, and just for only 2 days, we got more than $10,000 only for 2 days. So then I got very angry, and then I started. To whom I need to contact for this? AWS. To whom I need to contact here? AWS. So I sent a big mail to AWS saying that you called yourself, right? So you called yourself a secure AWS, you secure, and what is the security? Our account got hacked. And then he replied me saying that, which type of account are you using? I said, root account. And he replied to me saying that, in our language, I'll say, Abe Haule, why are you using root account? Instead, IAM user. I didn't know till that what is IAM user. Because I was only one person. Is there any use of creating IAM user? No. So there was no requirement. I didn't create any. I was using completely root user. Then I said, I replied to him, okay, I understand. I am using root user. If I am using root user, that meaning done, account get hacked, and then that is the security that you have. And then again he replied, Abe double hole. Do you know there is a concept called MFA? What is that? MFA, multi-factor authentication. Say that. Multi-factor authentication. Did you enable MFA? Then I didn't reply to that question because I didn't enable MFA. If I ask what is MFA, he will split on my face, right? For that reason, when I investigated, then I got to know what is that MFA, right? So let me tell you what is. So if you configure MFA, your account will never, never, never hack. Your AWS accounts will never hack. So to tell you about this MFA, I have given this entire story. I hope you liked it. But that is not story, but that's my real story. Okay, fine. So there are so many things happen like this. Very when time comes, we'll talk. Okay, fine. Full. Right. All right. So MFA. What is the full form of MFA here? Multi-factor authentication. So Kishore is asking, sir, can we limit the number of machines to be created? I told you guys. I told you there is a service called service quota, right? To find out the limits of the AWS. So what is the default number of machines that you can launch in your account? 20. Remember 20. But what I did, 20 was not sufficient. So I have increased the good amount of amount like 500 to the custom to AWS saying that I have a business requirement. Please increase it. So hacker used it. I didn't use it. Okay. So now, first of all, you tell me based on this incident, can you tell me, is it recommended to use root account for your daily activities? It is not recommended to use root account for daily activities or work. It is not recommended. So instead, what we need to use? Instead, IAM user we need to use. So if you want to secure your account, so what we need to enable? MFA, full form of MFA, multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication, I'll tell you what is that. So Nana, what we need to do is, we need to, yes, correct. That is what we need to enable. Hema, we'll talk about it. And a multi-factor authentication meaning, so whenever you have logged into the console, you will put email ID and password, yes or no? And if you click on submit, you will log into the AWS console. Before that, the first level of authentication is email ID and password. Once you click on that, next level of authentication is MFA. So how many times you need to authenticate here? 2 times. That's why we call it as multi-factor authentication. As you are authenticating for multiple times, that's why you call multi-factor authentication. So first authentication is email ID and password. Second authentication is MFA. What you need to do is in your mobile phone, where in your mobile phone, you need to install a app called Google Authenticator. Guys, not only Google Authenticator, there are so many other apps also available, right? Microsoft Authenticator is also there. So many different types of authenticator. So yeah, correct. So, but as we are in the same group, so which is a app that we should be using it in our phone now? Google Authenticator. So you need to install Google Authenticator and you need to set up MFA for your account. For your account. So once you set up MFA, how to set up MFA, I'll teach you in the lab when we start the practicals. Once you set up MFA, what will happen is whenever you put email ID and password, enter, and then it will ask MFA code. It will ask what? MFA code. Let's say quickly I'll show you. I don't want to show anything here, but same. Do you see now? I want to log into my account and now it is showing what? MFA code. So what I need to do now, as I have already set up MFA in my phone, so we need to open which authenticator? Google Authenticator. Open Google Authenticator and it will give you few numbers like OTP, which is valid for 10 seconds. How many seconds? Only 10 seconds. So that number, you need to put this 6-digit number and click on submit. Then only you can log into the console. Now tell me, if someone has hacked email ID and password, can he log into the console if you have MFA? Can he able to log in, hack our phone, that to Google app, and that too which is code is valid for 10 seconds? Highly impossible. For that reason, MFA need to be configured for your account if you want to be safe. But do you have MFA now? So your account is safe or not safe? Not safe. So wait, hold on your breath for some time, for a couple of days. So once we start the practicals, then I'll show you how to configure MFA for your account. Okay, now question for you is, this MFA is only for root account or IAM accounts also? Both, remember. So root account is the main account. For that also MFA. Now I have my root account. And now I have created a IAM user called Prithvi. What is that? Punit. I create a IAM user called Punit. So Punit will be logged into my account or not? And I have given EC2 full permissions for him. So if I don't have MFA for this IAM user, hacker can hack the IAM user and then he can log into my account or not. So IAM user also need to have MFA configured. Each and every IAM user need to have the MFA configured. If you have 100 IAM users, 100 MFA needs to be configured. Who will be configuring it? Admin will configure. So you can ask, sir, I have mobile phone. No, Punit has a mobile phone. How does admin will do it? So there is a scanner code will be there. Admin will show you that scanner. So you just need to scan from your phone and then automatically code will be there for you. Okay, Nana? So yeah, QR code. So MFA is highly recommended or not? I would say not highly recommended. It's mandatory. Okay. MFA is highly recommended for root and IAM account as well. So we need to set up MFA for every. We need to set up MFA for every individual IAM user. So how this will work? First you open AWS page and then what will happen? It will ask for login with email ID and then password. After that it will ask what? MFA code. Then only you can log into the AWS console. This is how it works. Clear, Nana? Till here, everyone? Online clear? So I forgot to write. So we know that IAM users. So let's create some IAM users here. Number one here, Sunil. Next here, Pavani. Amar. Next, Aman. Two more. Suresh, Sudhakar. Sudha. Okay, tell me, for Sunil, what kind of permissions will give? EC2. Next, I know what you tell. S3, I know. So you'll tell S3. And next for Amana, RDS. Next, Suresh, Route 53. Okay. For Sudhakar, admin. Okay. So do you understand the difference between admin and the root account? What is that? Except billing. So can we have multiple permissions also or not? I can give IAM permissions here also. I can give EFS permissions, etc. I can give multiple permissions. Permissions are nothing but here policies. What is it here? Policies. And you all understood, right? Who will have access to what? It's purely depend upon the permissions. Okay. Nice. If it is clear till here, let's move to the very important topic. Can we use email login for only root user, right, sir? Yes. Email login for the root user. Guys, you can create an IAM user also with the email ID, no problem. But it doesn't look good, but it's just a username you can give, no? You can give just like Punit, or else you can Punit at Gmail also you can give. That's a username, but don't generally, no one will give. So no MFA for root login. What is that meaning, Kalyani? Right? No MFA for root login? We should have. I told you, no? The entire story. So for root account, we need to enable MFA. And for your IAM accounts also, you need to enable MFA. Okay, now. So there are two ways to access AWS. How many ways? Two ways to access AWS. AWS, not console. AWS. There are two ways to access AWS. What are those? Yeah. So number one, we call it as console access. Yes, for both, Kalyani. Console access. Another one is programmatical access. Say that. Both. There are two ways to access AWS. What are those? Console access, programmatic. One more time. Console access, programmatical access. So console access. Console access meaning the one which you are using already. You're logging to the AWS console or not? So console access means the GUI. Right? So you're logging with the email ID and password or not? That is called here console access. So console access meaning here I'll write AWS console, which is GUI. What is it? GUI. And how are you logging to the console? Using email ID and password, or username and then password. If it is email and password, that is root, and another one is IAM. This is root, this is IAM. Okay, that is called console access. What is that? Console access. There is also something called programmatical access. What is that? Programmatical meaning through program. For example, how many steps are there to launch EC2 instance? 7. So from AWS console, you log into the console and then launch EC2 instance or not? Now let's say programming. Can you tell me one programming language? Bava, Python. Okay, now tell me, from Python also, can we launch EC2 instance? Answer is yes. From Java also, can you launch EC2 instance? Yes. From .NET also, can you launch EC2 instance? Yes. From any programming language also, you can access AWS and create whatever you want. But guys, Java, by default, Java knows AWS? No, right? Java doesn't know AWS. Python knows AWS? .NET knows AWS? No. For that reason, these Java people, Python people, what they need to download something called SDK. What's that? Software Development Kit. So once you download the software development kit in Java, so Java related AWS software development kit will be there. Once you download and install it, Java will understand AWS language. Java will understand AWS services. Then you can code from Java to go and use AWS, whichever service that you want. Through programmatical also we can access it. So, but do we learn Java here? Do we use Java here? No, right? So this programmatical access meaning mainly we have something called CLI. What is that? What is CLI? Command line interface. Our Linux Linux is CLI or not? Everything is blackboard or not? In Windows also we have CLI. Which one? Command prompt. Yes or no? In Windows also we have CLI, which is command prompt, and by Linux by default it is CLI only. So that is also programmable access, guys. Through the commands also we can access AWS. Through commands. You know there are 7 steps to launch an EC2 instance, but through CLI only once. Fasad. Only one command you can launch EC2 instance. Only single line command you can launch EC2 instance. But whereas in console, tikku, how many times you need to tikku? 7 times. But whereas in CLI, write one command and then enter, and you can launch how many machines that you want. Through programmatically also, through Java, Python also you can launch. Through command also you can launch. Now tell me, will we do so in this course? Should we go with CLI or Java, Python, .NET? CLI, because Java, Python, .NET we are not using it here. For that reason, let's concentrate more on which one? CLI. So whenever someone asks, can you give me a few examples of programmatic access? Then you should say CLI, SDKs, and all other developer tools. So in our course, remember, programmatic access meaning what is the first thing that you should say? CLI. Yes, Kalyani, I'll show you everything. Okay, CLI. Okay, now see here. CLI meaning now we have 2 types of operating system. What are those? Windows, Linux. So we can run the CLI on both Windows also, Linux also. Do I have Linux now at the moment? No, what I have at the moment? Windows. In Windows, where do I run the CLI? Command prompt. So I open command prompt. By default, this Windows command prompt knows AWS commands. No, right? It will say, hey, if you type AWS and hit enter, it will say, hey, you dash. So I don't know what is AWS. What is AWS? To make this operating system command prompt to understand AWS commands, we need to install a software. What an install? Yes or no? Let's say you have zip file. If you don't have zip software, the zip file will get identified. No. So what is the software that you need to install here? AWS CLI. Say that. So which is the software that you need to install? AWS CLI. AWS CLI need to be installed on Windows also. AWS CLI also need to be installed on Linux also. You understand? What is the software that we need to install? AWS CLI. Okay, I'll write one by one here. We need to install which one? AWS CLI software in Linux and Windows. In Windows meaning where? Command prompt. For Java and all? SDK. For Java, .NET, Python. So Python, have you heard about Boto 3? Okay, it's okay. So Python, etc. We need to install which one? AWS SDKs. SDKs. Okay. Now, I told you there are 2 ways to access AWS. Now, one is console, another one is programmatic. If you use console access, can you tell me how do you open console access? What do you need to have to open first of all? Browser you need, right? Yes or no? Without browser, can you access anything? So you need to have browser. So click on the browser. You clicked and you typed AWS login. And then what you got? Directly will log into the AWS console, or you will be asked to authenticate. You need to authenticate or not? You are authenticating using email ID and then password. Yes or no? So you are opening the browser, you are typing AWS console website, and then you are putting email and password. Then only you are liable to log in. Yes or no? But here also, when I install AWS CLI, like a browser, how you have, here also I have installed AWS CLI. Once I install AWS CLI, can I directly run the AWS commands? No. What I need to do first? Authenticate. What I need to do? On here, we need to authenticate. On console access, how are you authenticating? Using email ID and password. And in programmatic access, how do you authenticate? There is something called keys. What that? Access key, secret key. Say that. Say that. There, backside. Access keys, secret keys. This access key, secret key, these two words are very important until you are working on AWS till next 20 years. Only 20 years? No, I'm just saying. So access key, secret key is super important. Okay. So in which service do you create access keys and secret keys? IAM. Service, AWS services, IAM. And access keys and secret keys is for what purpose? Programmatical access purpose. For what purpose? CLI purpose. What purpose? CLI. And how do you authenticate the CLI? Using access key, secret key. How do you authenticate CLI? Access key, secret. Access key is nothing but like username. Secret key is like a password. But username, password I have used in the console access. No, that's why here we have what? Something called access key, secret key. Authentication can be done on programmatical access using what? Keys. What keys? Access key and secret key. Through CLI also access key, secret key, and through Java, Python also access key, secret key. And you know how this access key, secret key look like? Access key looks like this. Okay. Oh, same. Okay, like this. And secret key looks like this. Like this. So it's just like a junk characters. Okay. Access key, secret key looks like this. And Nana, this is, can I call this access key and secret key as one set? Yes or no? With only access keys, can we do anything? With only secret key, can we do anything? You have lock and key. Both need to be there in order to unlock, right? So if you have only thing, is there any use? No. So here also, access key and secret key we will call as one set. Okay, see here. Now I install AWS CLI here. And I need to authenticate, right? So what is the command to authenticate? AWS configure. Say that. Say that. Just to put to AWS configure, enter. See what it's saying. Arey, aja na. Okay. Do you see this here? What is asking? What is asking? Access key. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm putting something. Enter. What is asking? Blah, 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 blah. I'm putting something. Enter. And what is asking? Region name. Which region name? Which is the region we are using here? Mumbai. Should I put MUMBAI? What I need to put? Remember, in AWS, anywhere, Mumbai meaning MUMBAI is not correct one. Here we need to use code. What is the code? AP minus South minus 1. That's why I made you to register this line on the first days, right? Enter. Now it is asking what? Output. What is that? Whenever you run some command, output will come, right? Output will come. That output should be, you want in XML format, JSON format, no, table format. You have only 3. Choose one. Okay, what are those? You want JSON, XML, table. So XML, you go little bit mad because XML you cannot understand. JSON, those who know, those who are programmers, developers, they can understand. But what is our table format? All the rows and columns will come. Everything can be easily understandable or not. So output here, how many outputs are there? 3 outputs. What are those? Outputs. JSON, XML, table. Okay, now I put it as table, enter. See, that's it. Now I have authenticated. Can I run the commands now here? Yes. Now question here is, what is the command to configure your keys? I'm asking you, what is the command to configure the keys? AWS configure. Say that one more time. AWS configure is used to configure AWS CLI on Windows command prompt and on Linux also. So what is the command to configure the keys? AWS configure. Okay. Now I have 10 users, 10 IAM users. How many? Okay, let me take one IAM user first of all. Who is the user? Give me one name. Moy. Bye. What's that? Name, correct properly. Sriram. Okay. Sriram. Oh, Sriram. So Sriram is a IAM user or not? Sriram is a IAM user. What kind of permission will give to IAM Sriram? Huh? S3, yeah? Okay, give S3. Which is S3? Every IAM user has how many ways access to AWS? Yes or no? So there are two ways to access AWS for every IAM user. Yes or no? For every IAM. What are the two ways? One is console. How are you authenticating? Using user. So IAM username and then password. Okay. Another one is programmatical access. Programmatical. How are you authenticating? Using keys. Using what? Keys. Now question for you. When Sriram accesses console, what kind of permission he has? ES3. He can access what? ES3. So programmatical access also, when he start using CLI, what kind of permissions he has? ES3 only. So the question for you here is, IAM user, console and program, they both have same access or different access? Same access. Now tell me, I have 10 IAM users. All 10 IAM users will have the same keys or different keys? So every individual user will have their own keys or not? I have 10 users. 10 users. Now tell me, is it mandated to have console access and programmable access? Let's say now Puneet joined my company, now my project. He is a fresher. Now I have, so you tell me, as he's a fresher, should I give him console access or programmable access? Console access, right? Most of the people will go with the console. I can go with the console access, no problem. So later, after 6 months, once he's good in the AWS, then I'll give permissions to work on programmable access. Then he will come and ask me what? Access keys and then secret keys. Then I can later, anytime I can go and create access keys and secret keys. So every individual IAM user will have their own access keys and secret keys. So here I'm writing here, keys are user specific. Keys are user specific. Individual IAM user have their own keys. Is it recommended to share the keys to others? Definitely no. It is not recommended to share the keys to anyone. So will you create the keys? Okay. Before that, what is the question? I'll come to that point. I understand. Okay. I didn't understand. Yes, anyone. See, every individual IAM user have their own access keys and then secret keys. But the question is, who will create access keys and secret keys? But will you use the root user for everyday life? No. Then who will create out of this? Admin will create. Or else out of this, who else also can create? Pavani can also create it because she has IAM. Okay. Every IAM user have their own keys. Guys, see here. How in the console you have IAM username and password. You can secure it using MFA, no problem. So if your username and password got compromised, no problem. You have MFA. But if your keys got compromised, no MFA at the moment. So keys are very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. So do not create the keys unnecessarily until unless if it is required. Okay? Puneet came to me and he's a fresher. As he is a fresher, he came to my project. Should I create console access and programmer giving the keys and the username and password to him? No, right? So he don't know how to handle it. Keys. Somewhere he has put publicly somewhere. And who is the most affected person? Me, because he's logged into my account. Yes or no? So is it good to create the keys unnecessarily? Whenever is requirement, then only you create the keys. Don't create it unnecessarily. You need to handle these keys with very care. Okay. So here, create here, create the keys. Create the keys based on the requirement. Don't create it unnecessarily. Really. Okay. Okay. Unnecessarily. Okay. Okay. Spelling mistake, I think. Okay, whatever. Okay, so do not create the keys unnecessarily. And the keys also has the same permissions like console or not? Yes or no? Keys also has the same permissions like console. I'm asking one question here. I'm coming to this point. Now, question for you. You have your house and you have a lock, and how many keys you have? How many keys? One or two? Two. Now we are asking, why two? Hey, what kind of questions are you asking? Why two? If one is lost, you have another one. And can use one your brother, another one yours, right? Yes or no? So this for spare purpose. And here also, how many keys you can create per user? Maximum two. How many? Two. Now we'll ask question why? Huh? Will you ask the question why? No, don't ask. Because why? Spare purpose. So both have the same permissions or not? Just you can have maximum how many keys you can have per IAM user? To remember that these are all certification questions. Every IAM user can have maximum how many set of keys? Two set of keys. Two set of keys. Okay. The best practice is, okay, now you have your internet banking, no? Internet banking, username, password, you're using it. So every 2 months or 3 months, it is forced to change the password or not again? Yes or no? They are rotating the password or not? They're rotating the password. Why? Security purpose. Yes or no? Because just in case you have using the same password somewhere, so after 3 months, it should get expired and then you need to create a new password for security purpose. Here also, you have the password policy where best practice here is in AWS. It's always a best practice to rotate your passwords and keys every certain period of time based on your company policy. Every 3 months is good. Okay. So best practice is what? To rotate. Best practice is to rotate the password and keys for every certain period of time. Okay. I have one important thing to say. Whenever you are creating the keys, so Sudhakar is asking where the keys will be stored. Keys will be there in which service? IAM service. In IAM service, you create a user called Sudhakar. And that in that Sudhakar, in the property section, you have the keys available there in the console only. So now let's say Sudhakar asked me, sir, give me programmatical access. Then what I did, I went and created keys for him. Under which user? Sudhakar user. IAM user is Sudhakar. Now Sudhakar, when I'm creating a keys, there is a button called create keys. I clicked on create keys and small dialog box will open. And there it shows access keys, blah, blah, blah. Secret keys is that. Guys, remember, access keys, especially secret key will be visible only for one time. Secret key will be visible only for one time. If I Pusuku close that window, can I see the secret key? Even the admin cannot see the secret key. But I can see the access key. But what do I do with the access key? Nothing, no. You have the locker. You lost the key. Is there any use? No, right? So here also, remember, keys are visible only for one time. Which key? Secret key will be visible only for one time. Let's say now we have closed it. Okay, let's say for example, Punit came. Punit came and say, I created already keys for him. He went for long vacation, right? And then he came back after 6 months and said, sir, I forgot the keys. Can you give it back to me? Is it possible for me to give? Unless if I'm storing the keys physically, I mean, in the Excel sheet or notepad, while giving to him, I can give. Otherwise, can you retrieve the keys from the console? Keys are visible only for one time. So now I also don't have keys. He also don't have keys. So what I need to do then now? Delete the keys and then recreate it. You can recreate it. So whenever you recreate it, will you get the same keys or new keys? New keys. Can you get the old keys back? No. Again, he forgot. Can I regenerate it again? N number of times you can regenerate. But maximum, how many maximum set of keys you can have? 2 maximum you can have. But you can regenerate N number of times. So keys are, which keys? So keys are visible only for one time. Keys meaning which key? Secret. Secret. Secret key. Secret key are is visible only for one time while creating. Once keys are lost, it is lost or not? Once keys are lost, it is lost. Can you get it back? You cannot get the same keys back. But can you regenerate? But we can regenerate. You will get the new keys or old keys? New keys. You cannot get the old keys back. Guys, I'm asking not to use the root account console. Is it good to create keys for your root account? Do not create and use. Okay. Don't create and use the keys of root account. It's not good. Shiva, sir, if the keys are used in multiple places for programmatic access and we recreate it, do we need to manually update in all places? Yes, obviously. Shiva, you can update manually or can use the CI/CD to update it. DevOps, okay? But you need to update, otherwise they cannot connect. So let's say, for example, you and me, we are both in the same house, right? I change the key. Will you able to log in with the old key? Can you open it? Now what I need to do? I need to share the new key to you or not? Same thing here. If you want to change region to start through CL, like can we do AWS so many times? Yes, you can type, you can configure a number of times, Harish. You can change it. Is it clear? Online, is this clear till here, everyone? Can we create key for root account? If not, then why it is not recommended? Can we create keys for the root account? Yes, you can create, but it is recommended to create. I already wrote here with a red color. You see, it is not recommended to use root account for your daily activities. Instead, you should use I'm asking you not to use the root account console access. How should I tell you that to use the root account programmatic access? Not good, but you can use it. But there is a risk. If that compromised, your entire root account is compromised. So now we go with console access for regular classes. Yes, for regular classes, we'll go with the console access, but also I'll teach you CLI also. Okay. Good. Is it clear? I'll stop it here. Okay. I need to go to another topic also, but I'll stop. Let's go around slowly. Okay. Any questions online? Okay. Let me quickly recap. That will come, Harish, that will come later. Okay. So there are mainly two types of users. What are those? Root user and then IAM user. Which has full permissions? Root. Who has limited permissions? IAM. Can we say that IAM is used for security purpose? Yes. IAM is global or regional? Global. IAM is free or billable? Free. Is it recommended to share your email ID to others? How do you share your root account to others? By creating a IAM user. With IAM user, can you access AWS console or can you log into the EC2 instance? No. With IAM user, you cannot log into the EC2 instance. You can access AWS console and services. Is it recommended to use the root account for daily activities? Which one you should use? IAM. So how do you secure your AWS account? MFA, full form, multi-factor authentication. What is the app that we use? Google Authenticator. So MFA is only for root account or for IAM accounts also? For both. Okay. How many ways are there to access AWS? Two ways. What are those? Console access and then programmatic access. So console access, how do you authenticate? Email ID and password or username password. Can you give me a few examples of programmatic access? CLI, SDKs. Okay. So what is the software that you need to install? AWS CLI. And what is the command? And for Java, .NET, Python. So what is the AWS SDKs you need to install? And if you want to authenticate programmatically, how do you authenticate? Huh? Authenticate. Huh? How do you authenticate programmatic access? Using keys. What keys are those? Access keys, secret keys. One more time. So programmatic access, that meaning CLI. From CLI, how do you authenticate AWS? Using access keys and then secret keys. What is a command to configure? AWS configure. Every individual IAM user will have their own keys or not? Keys are shared. Is it recommended to share? No. Will you share with your girlfriend? Yes, sir. See? Okay. So keys also has the same permissions like console? Yes. So how many maximum set of keys you can have? 2 set of keys. So, and also secret keys are visible only for one time. If once keys are lost, it is lost. Can you get it back? No. Can you regenerate it? When you regenerate, you will get old keys or new keys? New keys. Should I ask one certification question now? Listen carefully and answer it. Listen carefully. In certification, they'll ask the question like this. Congratulations, we have a new company now. And you are the AWS admin. As a part of the project, a new junior got hired, a fresher got hired, and he came to you saying that he need to have a AWS account. AWS account. So what you did is you created access key and secret key for him. But how many times he tried to access the AWS console, he cannot log in. Why? You see online answers. The question again is asking, okay? Question is, and I'll repeat the last one. You have created access keys and secret keys for the user, and the user is logging to the AWS console, but he is not able to log in. Why? Keys is for programmatic access. Can you log into the console? Console need what? Username and password. Very good. This is how the in certification they'll ask. We know the answers, but little bit confusion. So based on the experience, based on listening, how you're listening, now you can easily answer or not. Similarly, there also. And whatever the people are answering like MFA, all these as options also will be there. But remember, so you need to choose the correct answer. Multiple types questions will be there. Okay. Good. Clear, Nana? Super. Take the screenshot. And I'll tell you one thing. I don't know whether I told you this before or not. You know, right? We have a AWS screen test is there by Naresh IT, right? So everyone will come and write the exam. Okay. For you, it is not recommended because you just started the course, right? So 75% topic should be covered in order to write that exam. And this exam will be conducted every couple of months or 3 months. Okay. By the time we complete our syllabus, our course, again they will conduct the screen test. Those who have selected there, that those people will be under the placement batch. So Naresh IT will help you to do the placements there. Okay. But whatever, whoever has wrote the exam, Naresh IT will pick up top 50 or top how many people write. And you know what? Every time AWS screen test that has happened worldwide here, every time screen test results, top 10 are Ria Sir students only till now. It is continuously happening. And the next screen test that might happen after 3 months, I hope next top 10 are you guys only. Right? So 100% it is correct. And you can verify that also. And not only top 10, out of 50, more than 30 people are our students only. So whenever you go to the placement batch, hey, Riyasa student, hey, Riyasa student. Yeah, everyone are Riyasa students there, right? So why? Why this happening? Because of the pains here. I'm writing everything, all our interview and certification questions that I'm writing on the pains. And I'll be giving more also equal importance for the theory also, practicals also. But first of all, you should be good in theory. And if you are good in theory, practicals are very easy. You will be seeing in the next week. Next week, we'll start the practicals. Okay. Do not worry, sir, you didn't start the practicals yet. But to reach that practicals, all the foundation should be clear or not? For that reason, you'll feel very happy when we start the practicals because everything is completed before itself. Okay? Super. Okay. Guys, how questions? Sir, how to configure AWS CLI on Windows? How? Just now I have configured. This is how you configured on Windows. Yes or no? Srihari? Do we need to install any software to install AWS configure? Array. What is the software that you need to install? AWS CLI. Srihari, we already learned. Okay. Super. All right, Nana. So can you give the final CC for today, please? I have created a root account. Shall I close the account, this account, and create an IAM user account? No. Don't do that. So Mahesh, if you have the root account already, it should be less than 1 year. So do not close it. Do not create until I say. Okay? Just keep it. But it should be less than 1 year. Sir, when are you planning to come to Helsinki in 2015? Helsinki, Prajwal, that was my previous company. So that's done. I traveled multiple times. It's a Schengen visa. Okay. From Helsinki, I moved to Romania. How did you install AWS CLI? Guys, how question that will come under practicals. Okay. How did you install? That will come under practicals. When time comes, I'll talk about that. Okay. But it's very straightforward to make him happy. So just go to Google and then download that. Download. What is that? Download AWS CLI for Windows. Open this. But all these things I will show you in the practicals. Okay. So what is the software that you need to install? Linux or Windows? Windows. What is that here? AWS CLI. This MSI file is there. You need to install. Click it. Next. Finish it. But don't worry. I'll teach you later. Okay. For our training, we go by console or programmable. We go with the console, but also I'll teach you programmer. CLI also I'll teach you, but CLI will be 1 or 2 days class. Okay. But mainly we'll go with all the time console. Okay. So that is all, guys, for today. Let's connect tomorrow with the condition of this IAM. Until then, take care. See you tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.